Today, we are going to discuss the role of mass media in public policy making, public policy evaluation, and public policy implementation. As we all know, the mass media consisting of the print media, the electronic media, and the social media. Mass media is a new phenomenon which has emerged in 19th and 20th centuries. Among them, the social media has become very resounding in the 21st century. In today's class, we'll be discussing the role of mass media in the public policy making. There are three types of media as we have already looked into. What is media? Media is a medium through which the opinions of the people are expressed. The opinions and views of the people are expressed to the larger society, and the orders and the instructions of the government are known to the people. So media has a role, two-way role to play. On the one hand, it brings all the information of the government to the people. On the other hand, it takes the opinions of the people, views of the people, and express them to reach out to the government. This is how media plays a very creative role in the public policy. Media is started as newspapers in 19th century. For example, in India, the Bengal Gazette is the first newspaper that has published various articles. And before the independence, the media confined itself only to coverage of news relating to nationalist movement. Indian nationalist movement led by moderates, extremists, and the leaders of the Gandhian era have owned some of the media houses, and they have gathered the public opinion to reach out to the government. Likewise, the media has also took the opinions to the government GOs and instructions to the people. Media was only in the print form till the middle of the 20th century. But it attained its electronic form in 20th century, particularly with the invention of radio and television. These are the two mediums that have transformed the media in the whole world in general and India in particular. So this is how media has become an important part of human life, and it plays a very important role in public life, particularly in matters where the public policies are made. Media plays an important role. Whenever the public policy proposals are formulated, these are put to discussion in the media so that the people express their opinion either in favor of the public policy proposals or against the public policy proposals to the government. This is how media plays a very important role. In the 20th century, the print media consisting of two types of newspapers. One is the English newspapers, and the second one is the newspapers of vernacular languages. There are different types of languages, regional languages throughout the India. We have Telugu, Tamil, Kannada, Malayalam, Maratha, Gujarati, Konkan. So likewise, there are various number of languages throughout the world and also in India. So newspapers emanating from different languages are called as the vernacular language, and newspapers coming from English language are called as the main newspapers. So Indian newspapers in the beginning of 20th century were consisting of both English newspapers and also the vernacular newspapers. And secondly, media has extended its scope with the invention of technology. So that is called as the electronic media. This is the second type of media. In fact, there are three types of media. Mass media consists of three types. One is the print media, the second one is the electronic media, and the third one is the social media. The print media is newspapers, journals, periodicals, even pamphlets, wallpapers, brochures. These are called as the print media. And in the electronic media, we have radio, television, various TV channels, radio frequency modulation centers, FM centers. These are called as the electronic media. And besides these two, there is also called the social media. The social media is the media that is run by people, the society. In society, people own their YouTube channels. They also have their stories in WhatsApp, Facebook, Twitter, internet, and so on. So, this is how the mass media has three important types: the print media, the electronic media, and the social media. What do I mean by mass media? What is mass media? What is the definition to the term mass media? The media that reaches the masses is called as mass media. The media that expresses the opinions and reach out to masses. There are various types of masses throughout the world. There are groups, there are families, there are religions, there are different societies and communities. So they are called as the masses. So when some information is transformed and transmitted into various mass groups, that is called as a mass media. So mass media is a very powerful media throughout the world. And mass media has its own definition. Mass media is defined as the institution of public opinion, public communications that have as their physical channel of transmission as a mass medium, television, radio, motion pictures, newspapers, books, music, and recordings. So, this is the definition given to mass media. In this definition, there are three parts. The first part says mass media is an institution of public communication. It's an institution for public communication. It's a communication medium through which people may communicate to the government and government communicate to the people. So it's a medium of public communication. That's the first point. Secondly, it has physical channels of transmission. There are certain physical channels of transmission. So these channels include the newspapers, the electronic media like TV channels, the radio, and of course the motion pictures, books, music, and recordings. This is the second point. And the third point here is mass media has a two-way communication. It communicates to the government and government communicates to the people. So it reaches both the ends. It reaches from the government to the people and people to the government. So this is how it's a two-way communication between government and people. Between the government and citizens, it is a two-way communication. So mass media is well defined as the institution of public communication that has as their physical channel of transmission, a mass media, television, radio, motion pictures, newspapers, books, and recordings. So, media consisting of three important mediums: the print media, the electronic media, and the social media. This categorization of media has come in 21st century. Till 19th century, media means only print media. Till the end of 20th century or till the middle of 20th century, mass media consisting of only print media and electronic media. But in 21st century, the scope of media is widened, which included three types of mediums: the print media, the electronic media, and the social media. These are the three types of media that are communicating both the government and the people. That's why the very definition of media as an institution of public communication that have as their physical channel of transmission a mass medium, television, radio, motion pictures, newspapers, books, music, and recordings. And media has various types. There are different types of media. Media need not always supply the news. It can even entertain the people with music. It can also give the news on various sports and games. It can give news on science and scientific developments and technological advancements. So, media has a very wider scope of providing material to the people. This includes the news, the comments, the opinions, the views, the development in science and technology, the developments in culture, religion, music, games and sports, and various types. So, this is how media has a very wider scope. It is not just confined only to news and views. It can supply news relating to various sections of society, various channels of communication, likewise. So, mass media is defined as an institution of public communication that have as their physical channel of transmission a mass medium, television, radio, motion pictures, newspapers, books, music, and recordings. So, this is called as the mass media. Now, what are the different types of media? As we have already discussed, there are three types of media. There are three types of media. What is the role of the media in a democratic society? Media has a wonderful role in every society, particularly if the society is a democratic society. Media plays even more an important role. That includes gauging the public opinion on various matters of public importance and rendering public opinion to the government. And it also motivates the people to create opinion. It's an opinion creator, it's an opinion transmitter, and it's a provider of news. So that's how media has a very wider role and important function. The functions of media include: firstly, it provides news to the people and to the government. This is one thing. Secondly, media creates opinion among the people. It supplies the facts. It supplies the information to the people to create an opinion, particularly on leaders, on certain events, if they are good for the people or bad for the people. It can provide the material evidence to judge the people, to create opinions on people and incidents. So, media plays an important role in the creation of opinion. It creates opinion among the minds of the people. This is the second important aspect of the media. And thirdly, media is a supplier of news. It provides news to the people. It provides all the developments, orders, instructions from the government to the people. This is an important role that media has. So, media is expressing its functions in different types as an opinion creator, as a supplier of news, and an evaluator of incidents and persons. It evaluates the people, it judges the people, it makes judgments on people and incidents. It creates an opinion on various incidents and leaders, particularly during the times of elections. The role of media is very wide. It creates opinions on leaders. It also creates opinions on various political parties. It even scrutinizes the poll promises the different political parties make to the people through their manifestos. It makes an audit on the feasibility of implementing various promises of different political parties. Suppose if the political party promises the people that it will implement a promise that costs the people a lot, thousands of crores of rupees. But the people do not know the cost behind the implementation of the promise. Then the media comes into being and it makes an audit to implement a promise. What is the cost that the government has to incur? So, this is how media, particularly during the times of elections, it makes an audit on the poll promises of different political parties. It makes an audit on various financial dealings. And it also creates opinions on various political parties and their leaders. So, this is how media plays an important role in a democratic society, more so during the times of elections. And not only in a peculiar time or a special times like elections, even in normal times or general times, it can also create opinions on public policies. For example, the government has promised a loan waiver to all the agricultural families, particularly in the state of Telangana. And our neighboring government, the government of our neighboring state, have promised the people that it will enhance the social pensions to the people from 2,000 rupees to 4,000 rupees. And one more government in a neighboring state has promised people that it will provide free transportation to all the women in a society in the road transportation buses. So, this is how there are various policies, and these policies cost a lot to the exchequer. So, media scrutinizes the policies and it can bring out the positive elements and negative elements in the public policy implementation. So, this is how, in normal times, the media plays a wonderful role in formulating the public policies, validating the policy proposals, examining the policy implementation, and analyzing the policy results, whether the policy has reached its target or not. It is the media that makes that makes an examination. Now let us see. What is print media? What is electronic media? And what is social media? The print media has five types. In fact, the media itself is categorized into three types: the print media, the electronic media, and social media. Again, within the print media, there are five types of mediums: newspapers, magazines, newsletters, brochures, posters. These are the five types of media, print media. What are newspapers? Generally, the newspapers are the papers that contain various newses and that is available to all the people on daily basis. That's called daily newspapers. At times, there are weekly journals, monthly journals, bi-weekly journals, bi-monthly journals, quarterly journals, and half-annual journals and annual journals likewise, biannual journals. So this is how the newspapers form the major part of the print media. For example, in India, we have the Hindu, the Times of India, the Statesman, the Economic Times, the Hindustan Times, the Indian Express. These are some of the major newspapers that are providing news to the people. And in the regional newspapers, we have Malayal Manorama is there. And in Karnataka, there are newspapers. In Telugu, we have Eenadu, Andhra Jyoti, Andhra Prabha, Sakshi. So these are the newspapers in Telugu language. Likewise, Hindi Milap is a newspaper in Hindi language. So this is how the newspapers form a major chunk of the print media. Of the modern newspapers are supplied almost on daily basis. Secondly, the magazines. Magazines are also called as the periodicals. They are not subscribed on daily basis. They are available only on weekly basis or monthly basis or fortnightly basis or sometimes bi-monthly basis, quarterly basis, half-yearly basis and annual basis. So this is how the periodicals and journals, these are they're also form part of newspapers and they are available to the people not only with the news but also with the news stories, news analysis, and even some imaginary stories, and likewise. And thirdly, we have newsletters. The newsletters are the letters from particular departments. We have a telecommunication department. It has a newsletter. We have a university. It has a newsletter. We have police department. It has a newsletter. So likewise, on a specific function and specific department, newsletters emanate to cater the needs of that particular department, the customers and employees of that particular department. That is called as the newsletters. And fourthly, brochures. Brochures are the leaflets that briefly contain the facts and figures relating to a particular incident or a particular phenomenon, likewise. And likewise, we have posters. Posters depend on the wall posters, and we have flexis in modern times. They indicate uh, the information relating to the meetings, some of the goods that are available for sale, advertisements, likewise. So this is how the print media has five types of media within itself. One is newspapers, second one is magazines, third one is newsletters, fourth one is brochures, and fifth one is posters. So these are called as the print media. Then what is electronic media? Electronic media also has television, radio. These are called as films, internet. These are called as the electronic media. Electronic media emanated from the technological advancements in 20th century and 21st century. Till 19th century, electronic media was even dismal, but it emanated and originated only during 20th century and 21st century. With the invention of radio technology and television technology, the electronic media became very prosperous. Today, we have electronic media that consists of radio and television, and they also have various channels. There are various channels of television and radio. The radio channels are called as the frequency modulation channels or the FM channels. TV channels have various types. Some of the TV channels catering to the entertainment of the people, cinemas, news channels, sports channels, devotional channels, cultural channels, channels relating to higher education, primary education, and secondary education, and channels relating to various science subjects and topics. Likewise. So these are various TV channels, television channels. And television and radio are becoming more functional during 20th century with the invention of radio technology and television technology. And there are also films, cinema, and these films are also are different types. One is the cinema in different languages and also in English. Likewise, films related to various topics. So this is cinemas and films. There are short films. There are films related to biodiversity, wildlife. Likewise, they are called as the mass media, and within this electronic media. And now we have internet. Internet is also called as the new media. So these three are called as the electronic media. The electronic media is a media that rules the whole world in 21st century and 20th century. In fact, the order of the day is mass media. And mass media consisting of various TV channels and radio channels. An important problem with mass media is it only broadcast various news items or telecast the various news items, but it cannot take the opinions of the people on back. The people cannot spontaneously respond or spontaneously express their opinions on various topics in televisions and radios as one likes to express. So this is how it's on a one-way communication from various transmissions to the people. But the new media, that's also called as the social media, is the media of the 21st century. And that media has become an important media in 21st century. That is called as the social media. And social media is the media of the people. It is people's media. People have owned their YouTube channels, WhatsApp groups, Facebook groups, Facebook individually, and Twitter, internet, likewise. This is called as the new media or social media. This media plays a very important role in gauging the public opinion of the people. In fact, this media creates the opinion and transforms the opinion. The media tries to create opinion among the people on any topic, on any leader. And if there is a prevailing opinion, the same media also tries to change that opinion and create a new opinion. That's called transforming the opinions. Transforming the opinions and changing the opinions, changing the versions is also done by mass media, particularly the new media, because it is people's media. People have so many choices, people have so many preferences and likings, each according to his own liking. They may come out with a news item or a news analysis or a news reel, and they can create opinion among the people. Or they try to refute the opinions that are prevailing in the society. So, this is how the new media, particularly the social media, is playing a havoc in creating communication terror in the society with not only original news but also with the fake news. There is also a danger of getting the fake news spread vigorously among the people. So that's why citizens must be very careful with social media because it is this media that has the ability to create any type of opinion and assess any person on any event, irrespective of the values that are attached to it or them. So, friends, this is how the media has three important types: the print media, the electronic media, and the mass media, or the social media, or the new media. As we all know, the print media is only a 19th century media. It is originated in 19th century, but even today it has become very powerful. Even today, millions of copies of newspapers are sold for some of the newspapers like Hindu, Indian Express, Statesman, Times of India. They sell millions of copies of newspapers, particularly in vernacular languages. The Eenadu newspaper, the Sakshi newspaper, Andhra Jyoti. They sell lakhs of copies of newspapers daily in the morning times. So this is how a newspaper becomes a waste paper by evening because the news become redundant. This news become old to the people. And once the newspaper is read, people consider it as a waste paper. But again, by the very next day morning, newspapers are coming out with new copies of news and opinions. So this is how public opinion is measured, estimated, gauged, created by social media, print media, and electronic media on almost daily basis in 20th century and 21st century. Among the most powerful mediums that we have, the electronic media and social media are worth mentioning, particularly the radio and television. They create opinion among the people and various leaders and various incidents and various policies of the government and various policy proposals. Likewise, media also create positive opinion on various important aspects, and it raises the patriotic fervor among the people particularly in times of crisis. In the recent past, we have already seen that when there is a armed conflict between India and Pakistan, it is the media that played a role, positive role, and it has created a sense of belonging to all the citizens to this country and created various opinions on patriotism and nationalism. So, this is how the media creates opinions among the people and the people's minds during the times of crisis. And sometimes it may even mislead the people on various issues. That's why it is the responsibility of the people to examine the merits of the issue and take the news items as objectively and as scientifically that are supplied by newspapers, some of the distinct newspapers. So, friends, this is how newspapers have mass media types. There are three types of mass media here. One is the print media, the second one is the electronic media, and the third one is the new media. The print media consisting of newspapers, magazines, newsletters, brochures, and posters, and electronic media consisting of the movies, the CDs, the DVDs, besides radio and TV. Besides radio and television, there are also movies, there are also CDs, DVDs, and various latest gadgets, electronic gadgets. And films also part of the electronic media. And likewise, in the new media, we have the media of the 21st century that's called as the media of internet age, that is known as the social media. This media is created by society, and this media it creates opinions among the people, diverse opinions on the same topic by different modes of communication in the social media. Social media is not always uniform. It is diversified. On the same issue, it has divergent opinions based on political standings, cultural moorings. Likewise, it has different interpretations. So, friends, this is how media plays a very significant role. In today's class, we'll be discussing about the role of mass media, particularly the social media, in the public policy making. So, mass media has a different role to play. It has four important functions. One is information of news. Information of news is the first and foremost important aspect of the mass media. It provides information to the people. It provides information on various news items. The news may be different, may belong to different topics. News relating to games and sports, news relating to politics, news relating to economic institutions and their functioning, news related to culture, news related to science and technology, anything. Information of news. It is the duty of the media to inform the people and provide the news is the first and foremost important duty of the mass media, providing news to the people. Whether the news is genuine or fake, again, it's a matter of debate, and it is the objective assessment of the citizen that makes the news whether it is genuine or fake. Because we have diversity of social media and, of course, electronic media. As a result, Each channel, each FM radio channel, each television channel, and each social media medium interpret the news items to its own convenience, and it also give its color based on its ideology to different news items. That's why it is the primary duty of the media to provide news to the people. Providing news to the people is the primary duty of the media. Secondly, it gives orientation to new ideas. It orients the people on new ideas. That means it creates opinion among the people, and it also creates views. It's in its commentaries to the people. Besides providing the news, each news channel and each newspaper or each radio channel also provides some commentaries. It also writes editorials. The newspapers write editorials, and news channels provide special news bulletins, news analysis bulletins. Likewise, with this, they create ideas among the people. That is called as orientation of new ideas. They orient the people with the new ideas. That is another important aspect. And thirdly, it makes suggestions to the people on various new practices. It makes suggestions to the people. It not only provides news, it also suggests to people what to do and what not to do, particularly in times of COVID pandemic, in times of crisis like COVID pandemic. It advises the people not to go out of the doors, and it advises the people to take precaution on the healthcare, and it also provided various tips and various tenets on public health care. So this is how each newspaper and news channel, besides providing news and create new ideas, it also makes suggestions on new practices. What are the new practices that have come in the society? These practices are originated due to the mass media. It asks the people to practice something, to practice yoga, for example, for a healthy life, to practice computer skills, to practice the professional skills, to practice the life saving skills, the life skills. So it provides certain new practices to the people. This is the duty of the media to provide new practices to the people. In fact, there are certain age old practices that the society is following. They become part of our culture. And besides those age old practices, society is changing very radically. And with the changing society and changing social needs and social necessities, even the practices also are to be changed. The lifestyles are to be changed. So that's why it is the media that provides new practices to the people. What are the new practices that people have to change, undertake, practice? So it provides the new practices to the people. And these new practices are related to various dimensions of human life, maybe political life or economic life or life relating to public health. Likewise, in all these areas, it provides new practices to the people. And likewise, it also sets public agenda, setting public agenda for debate and setting public agenda for discussion, setting public agenda for evaluation of leaders and practices, evaluation of incidents, evaluation of opinions. So it sets a new agenda to the people. And while setting the agenda to the people, it also proposes certain public policy proposals to the people. Suppose there is a social problem plaguing the society. Newspapers can offer a policy proposal for the origination of a new public policy. And to implement that public policy, people may require some public policy proposals. It is the duty of the newspapers to come out with new policy proposals. So, this is how the newspapers not only set the agenda for debate, and they also propose certain public policy proposals. These public policy proposals are more often debated in the mass media, and people either positively or negatively respond to the public policy proposals of the mass media. So, mass media plays a major role as a medium of public agenda, setting a public agenda. And it sets the agenda for discussion. It sets a political agenda or economic agenda or agenda related to the science and technology, agenda related to public health, culture, economic items. So it sets a public agenda for discussion and motivates the people to discuss on it, debate on it, come out of their to it creates opinion among the people and it invites opinions of the people on various issues of public importance. Take, for example, the government of India of late has created a new debate, one nation, one election. So, is it good for Indian society? Is it worth examining it? The government initiated a debate, and it is the media that sets an agenda for debate among the people on one nation and one election. So, this is how, whenever a new policy proposal comes, it sets the agenda for debate and it motivates the people to discuss upon these issues. So, friends, these are some of the, in fact, these are the four important functions of the mass media. The first one is information of news. Second one is orientation of new ideas. And thirdly, suggestions of new practices. And fourthly, setting a public agenda. So these are the four broad areas where the media plays a very major role. First of all, it provides news to the people. It's a provider of the news. Information of news is its main function. It is the traditional function or classical function of mass media to provide the news. That is the main function of mass media. Secondly, while providing the news, it gives orientation on new ideas. And thirdly, it suggests certain new practices. And fourthly, it is setting agenda for public debate. It is setting public agenda for debate and discussion. So these are the four important aspects of the role of media. Now, let us examine how the public media or the social media plays a role in public policy making. The social media is the media of the people. It is the media of the society. That's why it is called as social media. You don't require a big apparatus to run a newspaper or run a news channel or run a FM radio in a social media platform. Social media platforms are available to all the people in Facebook, Twitter, Internet, YouTube, WhatsApp, likewise. So that's why every concerned citizen comes out positively and creates public opinion by formulating various policies and proposals. So enabling the e-governance, C-governance, citizen-centered governance. The policy proposals are to be examined by people whenever there is a public policy to be prepared, to be formulated. And it enables the citizens to govern the policy, and it asks the people to express their opinion on various policies. So enabling C governance, citizen-centered governance. And it creates citizens' awareness. Once public policy proposals are prepared by the executive, cabinet, the prime minister and his cabinet, or the chief minister and his cabinet, prepares any public policy proposals, it is the media that motivates the people to debate on it. So citizens' awareness, it brings awareness among the people on various issues involved in the public policy proposals. And third, in social inclusiveness, it brings social inclusiveness. Suppose the policy proposals are against to certain sections of society. The media demands the government to include all the sections of society in the category of benefits, in the category of beneficiaries of the public policy. That's called a social inclusiveness. It is the duty of the media to take care of the interests of all the sections of people, of the society. Media should not exclude any social group or social community from the purview of public policies. So it brings social inclusiveness to the public policies. This is another important aspect. And fourthly, behavioral change. The public policy proposals require certain behavioral change among the leaders, among certain sections of people. So it brings the behavioral changes, and it convinces the citizens to articulate their demands in a non-violent fashion, and it also pleads the government to examine the various interests of different sections of people. So lastly, it creates public opinion. It is the duty of the mass media to create public opinion among different sections of people. So these are the five functions that social media is supposed to prepare, is supposed to perform. The first one is it enables citizen-centered governance. It creates citizens' awareness. And thirdly, it takes every care for social inclusiveness, and it doesn't permit any social exclusion, and it suggests behavioral change, and it creates public opinion. So these are the five important aspects that public policy proposals undergo with the help of social media. And social media examines the public policy proposals and makes suggestions to the government. And if any section of the society is excluded from the purview of beneficiaries of the public policy, it demands the government to include all the sections of the society. So it thereby it plays the role of an agent for social inclusion. And likewise, it also brings awareness among the people, citizens' awareness on various issues of public importance. And it enables the citizen-centered governance. It enables all the people to actively participate in the public policy making, public policy formulation, public policy implementation, public policy evaluation. So, in all the matters related to public policy, media asks the people and facilitate the people. It enables the citizen-friendly governance related to public policies. And it also suggests some behavioral changes, and it also creates public opinion. It sets the agenda, it creates new ideas, and it changes the opinions of the people. And it creates new opinions among the people on various public policy proposals. Likewise. So, friends, this is how media plays an important role. There are certain important questions here. Explain the meaning and importance of mass media, that is there in the first paras. Discuss the different roles of mass media in influencing the public policy. Do you think there is a need for national policy framework for mass media? That you have to write based on your opinion. And in the short answer questions, media and public agenda setting, importance of social media and new media. The new media is called as the social media, is called as a new media. So these are the issues related to the matters related to public policy making, and public policy is influenced by mass media, and mass media refines public policies, and it also creates opinions on various important topics of public policy choices and public policy proposals. Thank you, friends. Thank you very much. This is on the role of mass media and public policy making. In tomorrow's class, we'll be discussing about various policies that are there in India: agriculture policy and industrial policy, reservation policy, education policy, environmental policy. There are 5 important policies are here. Tomorrow we are going to discuss agriculture and industrial policy. Thank you, friends. Thank you very much.